Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is now finally time for SmackDown Week 21. The SmackDown after SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen, was SummerSlam indeed was. We finished Velocity. Time for SmackDown, and here tonight on SmackDown, it's going to be a good main event as always. As the main event, the World Champion Aleister Black, he takes on the King of the Ring winner, Cesaro. Of course, in the main event SummerSlam, since Cesaro is the King of the Ring winner, he main invented it. It was a triple threat between him, Black, and of course Dolph Ziggler. Black ultimately ended up winning that one with a roll-up. And so Ziggler, he's now out of the title picture. Dolph Ziggler, he's, well, that's like his multiple, I don't even know how many strikes he's gotten. I think that's his third strike. Of course he lost his rematch clause, stuff like that. So yep, he's gone. He's out of the picture. He's going to have to go back, climb up the rankings. Well, Ziggler, he's been in the title picture for a very long time. Now he's finally gone. And who's going to take his spot is Cesaro. As Cesaro does have a rematch clause for Black's world title. But tonight they face off in a non-title contest, just to see if Cesaro actually deserves a future title opportunity. Anyway, now see right here, kicking off the night. Here we have Hideo Itami. He takes on, of course, Jay Lethal, Mr. Money in the Bank, Jay Lethal. And hot action to start things off here. As you see right there, running. Well, Jay Lethal runs into a bulldog, I should say. Nicely done by Hideo. And now Hurricanrana to Mr. Money in the Bank. Of course, later on tonight, not only do we have that awesome Black versus Cesaro matchup, of course, the man who defeated Aleister Black in the latest episode of SmackDown, the SmackDown Go Home show before SummerSlam, we did have Kevin Owens defeat Aleister Black. So Owens, he has something to say, and he's going to say it later on tonight, along with SmackDown Women's Championship action, as Alexa Bliss, she defends her SmackDown Women's title against Carmella. Now, of course, these two, they've been having history for a while. It started a couple of weeks back. It ended up being that Bliss defended the title against Naomi at SummerSlam, because Naomi did become the number one contender. And then Carmella, I believe she has defeated both. I know Carmella has defeated Naomi. She squashed her before. And Carmella has also defeated Alexa Bliss, if I'm not mistaken, in a non-title contest. So due to that, Carmella, of course, as announced in the latest episode of SmackDown, in the last episode of SmackDown, she does get a title opportunity against Bliss later on tonight, as only a 2 count off of the sudden GTS out of nowhere. That would have been very bad if that actually was a 3 count, because Hideo hit him his best finishing maneuver out of nowhere, and Lethal just saying, nope, gonna take more than that. And now Hideo trying to send him off the ropes. Lethal's not gonna go with it though. And now Jay Lethal, what's this? Lethal elbow drop, perhaps. Hideo time gets back up in time, so Lethal gonna improvise 2. Well, that's a 2 count now. Both the double axe hand off the top rope, off the ropes he goes, and bulldog by Hideo Itami taking down Jay Lethal, and now Lethal brainbuster. Back and forth action between these two men here. Whoever wins this matchup definitely gets a whole bunch of momentum as you see their suplex. Along with this matchup and all the other matches we have also announced, we also got Austin Aries, the United States Champion. He's going to be here on SmackDown, and he is going to take on Kota Ibushi in non-title action. So that should be good. And of course, one other matchup that we're not going to say. But anyway, Hideo Itami now. When for Jay Lethal, misses the grapple though, able to redeem himself with a second one, a back suplex. Only a 1 count though. Jay Lethal, of course, Mr. Money in the Bank, could cash in at any time he wants to. He could even go to either Raw or ECW and become champion over there. Lethal could decide his fate. He could stay on SmackDown if he wants to, or he could go to Raw or ECW. I'm not sure if the Money in the Bank role also means he could also go to NXT and perhaps become NXT champion, but I don't think he'll necessarily want that. But anyway, now Lethal, he's been doing pretty well against Hideo. See what else he can come up with, and another back suplex to Hideo Itami, and now Jay Lethal, what's this? Center of the ring, and now power bomb by Jay Lethal, and now can this one spell the end for Hideo Itami? Here it is, the Lethal elbow drop to Hideo Itami. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. It is done. 3 count. There we go. Jay Lethal picks up the victory. Mr. Money in the Bank picks up the victory against Hideo Itami. Well fought bout by Hideo, but Lethal just proves otherwise. Well, next up, here we go. Kota Ibushi And Austin Aries, non-title contest. Of course, if Ibushi wins this matchup, I guess he gets some not only much needed momentum, but he also pins the United States champion, which also proves that he gets a title opportunity against Aries in the future. If you pin the champion, you get a title opportunity. That's how it works. Of course, which also brings into play the fact that Owens has pinned Black in the latest episode of SmackDown, as we did say. So therefore, Owens, he's next in contention for the world title. Of course, Cesaro, he is the King of the Ring winner. He lost the triple threat at SummerSlam. He does have his rematch clause, Dolph Ziggler. He and Black have faced off a couple of times, and so Ziggler, his rematch clause is now done. And so, Kevin Owens, he's also in contention because he did defeat Black. I'm gonna repeat myself, I don't know why, but this also has a whole lot of history written into it, because Kevin Owens, he was originally supposed to be inside the world title picture back when the world title was vacant. It was Jim Cornette, our SmackDown general manager, he was going to make it a fatal 4-way at No Surrender back then, all the way in week 6 at the No Surrender pay-per-view. A fatal 4 between Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, Aleister Black, and also Kevin Owens. But Owens sadly got taken out of the fatal 4-way matchup, and it was later announced to be a triple threat. The final announcement was a triple threat, but the rumors was it was going to be a fatal 4-way until Owens tried to attack Aleister Black backstage, and then it all backfired as Black just did a moonsault onto Owens while Owens was on top of glass. It did break Owens' ribs, so he was out of action for a couple of weeks. Then, of course, he later returned, tried to make a statement against Hideo Itami, and of course that didn't work out too well for him, as Itami, I believe, if memory serves him correctly, which that was a while back, but Itami did actually defeat Kevin Owens. Of course, Itami just lost his matchup literally a couple of minutes ago. And right now, United States Champion Austin Aries dropkick to Kota Ibushi. But Owens perhaps looking for some retribution against Aleister Black. And this might as well could be it in the next upcoming couple of weeks. So we shall see what happens there. But of course, Survivor Series will put Raw versus SmackDown against each other. So, Team Raw, Team SmackDown, champions versus champions on some occasions. Perhaps some specific superstars taking on each other from Raw or SmackDown, or perhaps now even ECW and NXT, as of course in the latest episode of Universe Mode in ECW, Kenny Omega, after winning his matchup against Wade Barrett to retain his ECW Hardcore Television Championship, he of course called out NXT, so we shall see the development between ECW and NXT in the next couple of weeks, if NXT does even accept, but we shall find out in the next episode of Universe Mode, which is NXT itself, so that should definitely be exciting. And Ibushi, a backwards ankle lock here to Austin Aries. Wow, okay, that is innovative, perhaps more innovative than a regular ankle lock. And see right there, Ibushi nailing him down. Can this one be only a 2 count? Ibushi just connected with the Phoenix Plex, and Aries, he's just saying, nah, once again, gonna take more than that to keep me down. Saying that the Jay Lethal and Hideo Itami matchup from earlier, Aries kicking out of Ibushi's, one of Ibushi's best maneuvers. And right now, Ibushi not taking that too likely here, and powerbomb taking down Aries. Aries is just gonna spring back up. He's gonna spring back up from it. And now Austin, what is he doing here? Oh, walks away from the strike Ibushi was going for. And well, Aries just, of course, if he does get counted out here, then, you know, it is what it is. Of course, this is not for the United States Championship. This is not US Title Open Challenge or anything like that. But hey, if Ibushi does win, future United States Championship opportunity, and Aries does get counted out, well then, raises some questions. Of course, Ibushi has somewhat some experience of opponents taking the easy way out of matches. Of course, Seth Rollins, back in the first episode of SmackDown here in Universe Mode, of course, midway through the matchup, just decide, the hell of it, I'll attack Ibushi with the chair, and which Rollins did just so he could get off the matchup, because Ibushi was in complete control for most of that matchup, and so Rollins just decided, screw it, live to fight another day, I guess. Of course, that later led to a couple weeks of a rivalry between Ibushi and Rollins, but we've mentioned that many times here in Universe Mode. Anyway, now Aries, discus forearm, classic, or a spin punch, is basically a spin punch in the game, but whatever. And another one, Ibushi against sent to the outside, 450 splash. to the outside. Aries perhaps crushing his and Ibushi's ribs. Most likely Ibushi's, but Aries, that probably took a toll on him as well. And now what's this here? Both men. Oh, we know what's happening. Spin, heel kick, hurt. What just happened? Ibushi sent himself through a table, basically, with the spin heel kick. Then turns to Hurricane Rana. And Aries gets sent flying onto the chair. Alright then. Anyway, now Aries discus forearm once again. Off the ropes he goes. Drop kick connects. Off the ropes he goes again. Misses that drop kick, but Ibushi stumbling over after the first one, in which he was dazed from that, I guess. Anyway, now Kota Ibushi drop kick of his own to Austin Aries. The United States champion not doing so well here as Ibushi chopped his chest off the Irish whip. And now Kota Ibushi snapmare delivered to the United States champion. Can Ibushi do it here? Spin and heel kick. Connects right to the face of Austin Aries. Kota Ibushi here. What does it take to put this man away? Of course, Aries, well, he's had a couple good matches. Of course, he perhaps one of the most hard fought for title victories, to be fair. The most hard fought one will be Ziggler, if Ziggler does ever win the world title. But that looks like a long reach from here, because Ziggler, he's no longer in contention. But anyway, Austin Aries, of course, winning the United States Championship back at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view from Jack Swagger. And of course, before that, Aries, both him and Tanahashi, just had 2 matches, and both of them ended in countouts, with Tanahashi retaining his title on both occasions. At the No Surrender pay-per-view, and also at the whenever else it happened. I can't remember really, but both matches ended in countouts. Yeah, No Surrender pay-per-view and the episode of SmackDown after the No Surrender pay-per-view. And so didn't work out too well for Aries. Both matches ended in countout, which equals Tanahashi retaining his title. Then a triple threat with Aries, Tanahashi, and of course mystery opponents being Jack Swagger. Swagger won that one. And then Tanahashi goes to NXT. It then leads to Aries and Swagger, basically. Stuff like that happens, I guess. And then Aries finally win the title. That was a very long explanation anyway. Off the ropes. And Hurricane delivered by Kota Ibushi. 1, 2. Very close to count. That might as well could have been it for Kota Ibushi. But Aries, a whole lot of resiliency. Aries, the will to fight. Although, well, he doesn't usually take cheap tactics. Like, well, not cheap, but desperation tactics, I should be saying. Like what he has been doing in this matchup. Well, I guess, well, he did try to get a breather. Just, I don't know if he wanted a count-out victory or not. Well, not a count-out victory. It's not for a title, so that would consider being a loss for him. But, you know what I mean. Aries doesn't usually do those kind of tactics, but he did a couple of minutes ago. So, perhaps a little bit of a questionable thing Aries is doing. But not else to say, a couple more spin punches delivered to Kota Ibushi, multiple, and a drop kick, just drop kicks and spin punches for days. Aries, he's getting desperate here, throwing Ibushi to the outside. And then just taunts away at Kota Ibushi. Austin Aries now trying to gain some more momentum here, and Hurricane just running, charging at Ibushi. And here we go, dropkick missed, Ibushi sidestepping out of the way. Now Ibushi, Phoenix Splash, never mind, spin heel kick, but he gets caught. Aries almost catching that into a burning hammer, but then Ibushi just able to slip out of it, I guess, and he just gets sent flying from the spin punch. Ibushi doesn't even know where he's at, he's stumbling over. He can't even properly walk, and a belly suplex by Austin Aries. Now what's this, 450 splash connects to Ibushi. Another one, perhaps a second 450 splash. Austin Aries, he's just desperate at this point. He's been doing so many spin punches, so many drop kicks. Just anything at this point to put away Kota Ibushi, because most of his matchup has been Ibushi. And now Aries, he knows if Ibushi defeats him, he gets a future title opportunity. I don't think Aries necessarily wants that. But he will. Someone will have to soon challenge for his title. Ibushi might as well be that person if he does actually defeat Aries here tonight in this non-title contest. But Aries doesn't look like he wants that to happen. Another spin punch. Once again. And now what's this? In the center of the ring. Here we go. Brainbuster. Finishing maneuver by Austin Aries. He's not done yet. A second brainbuster to Kota Ibushi. Count it, ref. That has to be it. 2, and 3. Yes, it is. Austin Aries, the United States champion, walks out here tonight with a victory. Well, that was something. Bushi almost picking up the victory, but at the end of the day, the next champion, Austin Aries, he stays strong in the matchup. And now, time to just plug in the hype. Survivor Series, the Survivor Series pay-per-view will come to you once it happens. I guess week 24, basically, or whenever. I don't know. I do have a whole schedule for it, where Raw takes on SmackDown. And, well, if NXT does accept in the next episode of Universe Mode, it will be ECW taking on NXT. So, it's going to be a night of brand warfare between all 4 brands. We shall see what happens there. It should be a good one. But so far, no one has fired the strike. Of course, SmackDown, they had their opportunity. Well, now that SummerSlam's over, it's time to actually fire some strikes, I guess. Of course, in the latest episode of Raw, there was no interference by SmackDown. Let's hope tonight there will be no interference by Raw here on SmackDown. So far, so good. SmackDown's been a pretty solid show. No interference from Raw. And Raw had no interference itself, with nothing going on from SmackDown. ECW did kind of end in some chaos, I guess. Well, the fans did get stirred up a little, as Kenny Omega, of course, challenged NXT. But anyway, moving things back onto the action here, as DX, former SmackDown Tag Team Champions, they take on the Young Bucks here. Of course, the Young Bucks, they have, I guess, been drawn away, I guess. They haven't necessarily been the most accurate team on SmackDown after, after a while. In the beginning of Universe Mode, they're pretty accurate, and then after that, they soon just left the radar. Of victory here against the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions, DX, will definitely put them up there in the radar once again, perhaps for SmackDown Tag Titles as well. Because at this point, the only accurate tag teams have been DX and the New Day. And of course, Rhino and Slayer, they've also left the radar as well after losing those SmackDown Tag Titles. Saying that, they were never champions. When the titles were vacant, DX did defeat them. So, never mind. They may actually necessarily do that. Mistake, but there. Anyway, now Triple H making tag to Shawn Michaels. It's now Michaels and Nick Jackson. And there we go, sweet chin music to the back of the head. Already. But Nick Jackson already stirring back up to his feet. This is going to be a whole super kick parade between the Young Bucks and Shawn Michaels. Is now Matt Jackson. He's now in the ring. Well, now Nick just going to try to wear down Shawn, I guess. And Matt blocking away Triple H. I guess it doesn't matter, because if Shawn does tap out or not, it doesn't matter, because Nick, he is not the legal man. And now Matt finally taking control in this matchup, not letting Nick do the work, I guess. I don't know. And we now chokehold here, applied by Matt Jackson to Shawn Michaels, of course, DX. They do have their SmackDown Tag Title rematch clause against the New Day. That shall happen. Whenever it happens, it could happen on any episode of SmackDown before Survivor Series, or it could happen shortly after Survivor Series. But we do know, of course, it's not going to happen at the actual Survivor Series pay-per-view, because interpromotional stuff. And we now double tags made Nick Jackson, Triple H, both sides of the ring. Double suplex by Shawn to both Young Bucks. Very impressive from the Heartbreak Kid. And now Triple H trying to wear down Nick here. Triple H off top the rope. Double axe sando. Don't usually see Triple H do stuff like that too often. But connected and a knee drop that turns to a cross body. I don't know whether that was planned or not, but Triple H sure as hell made it look like it was planned. I don't even know at this point. And now back suplex to Nick Jackson. Can this one be it? And it is. Shawn taunting ahead of time. Matt thought Nick will perhaps kick out, but no, sadly enough, his brother did not. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. D-Generation X pick up the victory. And now, time to go backstage, because, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Owens, he's ready to talk. Oh boy, let's hear what he has to say. As see right there, Owens backstage saying he's the highlight of the night. Well, there's been some pretty good matches so far, Owens, so I'm not too sure. Of course, Black, definitely. Owens did defeat Black, of course, so. And that was thus Owens. Oh, I was sure he was having a chat. I'm definitely sure he was having a chat. Our cameras, of course, back then, when that originally happened, did originally pan to when Owens was attacking Black. I'm pretty sure there was no chat happening before that. I'm pretty sure it was just a blindside attack by Owens. And now, Black apparently is the one that attacked Owens. But let's be honest, no one believes that for a second. Owens definitely tried to black out the picture to make it a triple threat. But it ended up being a triple threat either way, just one thing with Owens out of the equation. Yep, and definitely. Now as Owens brings up the title reign that Aleister Black held 16 weeks so far. He's been world champion, the first ever world champion. And, oh, okay then. Owens, you can't necessarily say that here. This is... I don't think management will allow that word right there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, definitely a roller coaster right there of a promo as Owens just saying... I'm not going to say what it was, but... Owens saying that Ziggler, he does... Well, I mean, Ziggler has been complaining, but we don't necessarily know what's been happening backstage. But, not as to say, SmackDown Women's Championship action. Up next, Carmella challenges Alexa Bliss for her SmackDown Women's Championship. So, yeah. Well, I wish I had something to say, but at this point, I don't know how to necessarily react as our contest is about to start right now. But of course, does Ziggler really complain all that much? Because I don't necessarily know. But not necessarily. Of course, Owens and Ziggler, they had a rivalry in the very beginning of Universe Mode. Owens sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, inside Ziggler's business, I guess. Because Ziggler was just winning a whole bunch of matches, trying to gain for the vacant world title, I guess. Obviously, and Owens, at one point, he did attack Ziggler after the matchup. And so the top picture looked like Owens, Ryback, and Ziggler. Of course, Ziggler and Ryback. At the time, Owens just attacked Ziggler. It was also Owens and Ziggler who had a rivalry. So Ziggler, I guess you could say, had a rivalry with two people. And of course, Black later debuted. He had a successful debut against Bray Wyatt. And then, of course, you know, later on, Owens tried to attack Black. It all backfired, ultimately. But in the words of Kevin Owens, he did say that Black attacked him. The cameras didn't catch their altercation, where Black started to attack Owens. But then when it started to show, when Owens started to defend himself, apparently, that's when the cameras panned. The cameras did pan back then on that episode of SmackDown. It did show Owens attacking Black, and then Black later then turned the tables. We all saw it from our own eyes, but we don't know what necessarily happened before that. I don't think anyone believes that Owens is necessarily correct in this case, because we all know that he's that type of person to necessarily try to take the easy way out, try to at least take a shortcut when it comes to things like the world title. But not as to say, as we focus our attention to the SmackDown Women's Championship matchup, of course, Carmella, well, she has defeated Bliss, she has defeated Naomi. She does have her rematch clause for the SmackDown Women's Championship, however. So, I think there will be a whole lot of rematches. So, necessarily, the picture's going to look like a triple threat. Depending on, it doesn't matter who wins or who loses this matchup, necessarily. Whether if Bliss loses or if Carmella loses, they both have a rematch for the title. And Naomi still has her rematch clause for the title after what happened at SummerSlam between her and Bliss, where Bliss defeated her. So, you know, could end up being a triple threat picture for our SmackDown Women's Championship. Of course, for our women are on the SmackDown brand. SmackDown, they do have the strongest women's division. So, other four women have not come into play yet for SmackDown Women's Championship. But, you know, so far, these three is a pretty decent picture. And now Carmella is just sending Bliss, the SmackDown Women's Champion, crashing and burning to the outside of the ring. And now Bliss getting back inside the ring. Not sure how smart that is. German suplex. Okay, then. 1, 2. Very close 2 count there from Carmella. Well, she definitely wants to become SmackDown Women's Champion. But then which woman won't on the SmackDown brand or on any brand in general? Who wouldn't want to become Women's Champion of their own brand? Of course, there's not one women's title. There's not two. There's 3. ECW they even have a women's title. So their picture is doing pretty well. Raw Women's top picture is looking to be better, I guess. SmackDown Women's top picture has also been doing pretty well itself. Not gonna lie, at this point, the strongest women's top picture definitely looks like it's been ECW as of late. But it's just what I think. And now Carmella off the ropes, but just getting caught by Alexa Bliss. with the suplex. Now Bliss abdominal stretch, but Mela, she does have the ropes. With the rope break bulldog by the SmackDown Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, and now an armbar here. Don't usually see Bliss going for submission maneuvers like that, but hey, I guess anything it takes to retain your championship. But now Mela almost run into a dropkick there, but missing a clothesline of her own. And now a couple strikes here being exchanged, or not, because Bliss just gonna break it up with a grapple and counter with a DDT. Nicely done by Carmella. New champion, perhaps only a 2 count. Never mind. Countering with a DDT. That was nicely done by the challenger. Now Bliss on top of the ropes. She gets taken down for her own good, perhaps. And now Carmella on top of the ropes herself. Double axe handle. She gets caught. Suplex to the outside. Bliss caught her. Amazing strength by the SmackDown Women's Champion. Now is this Twisted Bliss on the outside, perhaps? And yes, she connects. Onto the outside. The Twisted Bliss by Alexa Bliss to Carmella. And now it's both these women, they're back up to their feet. And now Bliss taking her down with the clothesline. Of course, if Alexa or Carmella, they do get counted out, then Bliss, she does retain the SmackDown Women's title. Win or lose, count out on disqualification, she still wins the title. She still stays champion, but it's only if it's by disqualification or count out. And I already know that Carmella does not want this victory. Does not want this matchup to end in count out. And there are no weapons on the outside, so no disqualification. There's no type of disqualification that could actually happen here. But anyway, now Carmella off the baby suplex, only a 2 count. Once again, very close to count, as a matter of fact. Anyway, now Bliss misses the drop kick there, trying to pop up, spring up out of nowhere. And now Bliss off the rope she goes, I guess, and gets caught. Carmella just not gonna let any offense happen for Little Miss Bliss. And elbow drop. Okay, then that's surprising. Don't you see Carmella go for those type of maneuvers, like an elbow drop? Oh, too much, I guess. I don't know. And when off the ropes goes Bliss, and well, I don't even know what she's going for here. Code breaker to Carmella, and now what's this? Gets caught once again by Carmella with the baby suplex. Mela, she just keeps catching her with those baby overhead release suplexes. Of course, the size advantage between Bliss and Carmella is second to none, as Bliss, she is obviously the shorter of the two, but the strength in which she was able to catch Carmella and suplex her to the outside a couple of seconds ago was impressive by the SmackDown Women's Champion. That's the reason why she is champion. Of course, she did defeat Carmella and Mickie James in a triple threat to originally win that title back then in week 14, 15, or 16. I can't necessarily remember, but it wasn't all that long ago, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, now off the ropes. Well, at least supposedly is what Carmella was trying to go for. Anyway, now, gonna try again. Never mind. Suplex delivered to the SmackDown Women's Champion, the challenger. Carmella looking very good in this matchup so far. She's been ruling in this matchup. Has a good pace. I think Carmella definitely is the best woman here on SmackDown. The best woman in Universe mode in general. Definitely has to be, because she's just been winning a whole bunch of matches. She's been, I think she's undefeated now I think about it. Of course, besides the triple threat and besides one of the matches against Bliss, otherwise than that, she's been pretty good. Anyway, now sleeper hold. Now it's this Bliss gets taken down by back suplex by Carmella. What can she be looking for here? Code of silence. Code of silence. Finishing maneuver. And Bliss taps out. Alexa Bliss taps out. New SmackDown Women's Champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for just taking a sudden turn for the worst. That was also sudden. A new SmackDown Women's Champion in the blink of an eye. The code of silence. Bliss didn't last long in the submission maneuver planted by Carmella, and therefore Carmella picks up the victory with the code of silence. She is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Bliss, she does have a rematch clause since she is the champion, and Naomi, she did lose to Bliss to fail to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion at SummerSlam. So Naomi, she has a rematch clause against Bliss. Now it's gonna be against Carmella for SmackDown Women's title, along with Bliss having her own rematch clause against Carmella. This looks like a triple threat situation, but congratulations to Carmella. She is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. As now we move on to your main event, Cesaro and Aleister Black World. I was about to say World Heavyweight Championship, but no, just a non-title contest, I mean. So, yeah. Here we go. The match starts now. Cesaro makes his entrance first. Of course, he gets a victory in this non-title contest. Well done This is just a little bit of a preview from one of their future pay-per-view matches. Now it's this Black. Cesaro's right in the ring. Black taking some time. Now, well, I'm getting worried. We need to go backstage here. I don't know what's happening with Black. Perhaps Black is just got lost. I don't know what could happen here, but let's see here. Apparently, what's the CM Punk? What? On a motorcycle? Wait, what's happening here? And Black, he's alright. Punk just drove through Black with the motorcycle, and Sami Zayn. That's Sami Zayn and CM Punk up they're wearing red shirts. What? The WWE Champion CM Punk assaulting the World Heavyweight Champion Aleister Black. Punk and Zayn, of course, from the Raw roster. As you see, there's already a broken table. There's some smashed furniture all over the place. And Punk and Zayn assaulting Black. And the count of Vice here by CM Punk with Black. Come on, Black. Get out of it. Get out of there. He's already fall off Punk and Zayn. But he's struggling to get back up. He is hurt. He's attacking Zayn. Why? Just run out of there, Black. Run down to the ring. At least Cesaro will help you out. Cesaro, he's still in the ring here. He's watching in shock. No one is helping back there. A flaming table now comes into play for some reason. Sami Zayn Hurricanrana. The WWE Champion CM Punk. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, #1 contender for the WWE title, Sami Zayn. He has his rematch clause against Punk for a title. And former WWE Champion AJ Styles also has his rematch clause due to the triple threat at SummerSlam. Of course, Black had to go through one himself to retain the world title. Punk became new champion, a 2-time WWE champion. But not to say that's not important because Sami Zayn and CM Punk are laying waste to Aleister Black here. I did say earlier that SmackDown, they didn't take the first shot at Raw. And Raw, so far, haven't been all destructive. But Raw, they've now made a statement here to our world champion. Punk, another steel chair in hand. What's this? Sending Black, hitting him across the back of the head with the steel chair. And now what's this? Oh, Punk. What's he looking for here? Has him up. JTS. And Punk, as he walks away. And now, as we just had a cut away there. That has to be it. Black cannot compete. Sami Zayn now. He's walking away with Punk. Black, he is now down. Laid to waste. With all the just weapons and broken pieces of table and furniture. What else could have been that Black have went through off camera? We don't know. We don't even know how long that assault went. Because we already had 2 broken tables, I believe, for when we saw that attack. And, well, we don't even know how long that attack was going on for. It could have happened as soon as Owens left the backstage area to do his promo. It could have happened at any moment after that Owens promo. Raw, they lay waste to Aleister Black, CM Punk, and Sami Zayn, making the statement to the SmackDown World Heavyweight Champion. The Cesaro and Aleister Black matchup not gonna happen here tonight. The main event has been postponed. Perhaps it could happen next week, I don't know, but Black, he could be out of the picture for a while now. Owens now. Can this be karma for Aleister Black? Of course, Owens did say karma will happen to Black. Did he predict this, or is this all just one major coincidence? Of course, Owens, a part of the SmackDown roster, ain't no way he could do something like this. Ain't no way something like this could be initiated from him. Of course, Survivor Series is coming up, so ultimately, at the end of the day, it's probably Raw making a statement by attacking our world champion. The WWE Champion CM Punk and Sami Zayn scurry away, going back to the Raw side of things, I guess, after that attack. But not necessarily. Next episode of News Mode will be NXT, where hopefully we will get an answer as the NXT General Manager Batista, he will respond to ECW's Hardcore Television Champion Kenny Omega. He will respond to a challenge laid out by Omega. Of course, Omega was able to get the permission of ECW General Manager Paul Heyman, so Batista will perhaps most likely call out Paul Heyman and accept his challenge, or perhaps may even not accept it. But if he does accept it, it'll be ECW versus NXT. Not only Raw versus SmackDown, but ECW versus NXT. That's right, so that should be a good one. So yeah, there we go. That's it for this episode of News Mode. After NXT comes Raw, where hopefully we'll get an answer to this, besides just making the statement. But if that was just all Raw wanted to do, Well, SmackDown, we will fire back soon enough. Bet on that. So there we go. That's it for Humorous Mode. Catch you on the next one, and goodbye.